Jupiter, the fifth planet from the Sun, is positioned on the outer fringe of the asteroid belt, sitting between Mars and Saturn. Its average distance from the Sun is set 778 million kilometers, or 5.2 astronomical devices. It takes about 12 Earth years for Jupiter to finish one orbit across the Sun. The planet's axial tilt is minimal, just 3 degrees, which means that it would not experience vast seasonal modifications, not like Earth and Mars. Jupiter's radius at the equator is greater than at its poles, similar to Saturn. As the largest planet in our solar gadget, it's also notably big. In truth, Jupiter's mass is about 1,000th of the Sun's mass, which may not sound like a great deal till you realize that the Sun money owed for 99.86% of the mass inside the complete Sun machine. Jupiter's mass is kind of 2.5 instances that of all the other planets blended. This has an exciting outcome. The barycenter, the center of mass between Jupiter and the Sun, is located above the Sun's surface, at 1.68 solar radii from the Sun's middle. Let's delve into the concept of barycenters. When we believe one object orbiting another, we usually count on that the smaller item has little impact on the larger item's motion. This is actual in most cases, including with the International Space Station orbiting Earth or Mercury orbiting the Sun. However, the effect is still gift. A barycenter is the point wherein the two items' stability every other's gravitational forces, and both orbit around this middle of mass. Due to Jupiter's significant size and mass, it causes the barycenter to be outside the surface of the Sun. So, as Jupiter orbits the Sun, they both circulate around this common middle of mass. A right manner to understand this concept is by way of imagining a stay with objects of different hundreds on either cease. The middle of mass will usually be in the direction of the heavier item. In this situation, Jupiter's huge mass pulls the barycenter out of the Sun's center, making their orbit a shared movement. Although Jupiter is the largest planet inside the Sun gadget, it is not the densest. Its large mass is a result of its great size. If Neptune were the same length as Jupiter, it'd surpass Jupiter in mass, and if Earth had been as huge as Jupiter, Earth would be over 4 instances as massive. Jupiter's diameter is 11 times that of Earth, and its overall mass is 318 times that of Earth. Because mass impacts gravity, Jupiter's gravity is quite sturdy, about 2.5 times more than Earth's gravity at its floor. At 25.28 g, Jupiter's colossal gravity also has a profound effect on the entire Sun device, affecting all the planets to various ranges. Its gravity is strong enough to capture asteroids and tear them aside, in addition to pull in 67 moons. Some scientists trust that Jupiter performed a role inside the destruction of many celestial objects in the early solar gadget, possibly even stopping the formation of positive planets. For example, Jupiter's gravitational pull might have interfered with the development of the asteroid Vesta. Moreover, its gravity is so powerful that it's miles perturbing Mercury's orbit. In the remote future, there is a possibility that Mercury may want to both crash into the Sun or be ejected from the solar device. Jupiter's brightness in the nighttime sky is likewise staggering. Despite being 5 instances farther from the Sun than Earth, it's miles often the third brightest item seen in the sky, after the Moon and Venus. With a most value of -2.94, Jupiter is shiny enough to cast shadows. This brightness makes it a really perfect target for novice astronomers, in particular as customer telescopes retain to improve. You can study stunning details of the planet from your backyard. The pudding cloud bands of Jupiter, about 50 kilometers thick, include ammonia crystals just like the ones on Saturn. The colorations in Jupiter's clouds are as a result of compounds growing from the planet's interior and interacting with UV light from the Sun. These compounds, referred to as chromophores, create the shiny multicolored bands that are visible on Jupiter's floor. Although the colors of the bands may also change over time, their latitudes stay enormously constant, and they're given specific names. The width of these bands can also fluctuate. Jupiter's well-known Great Red Spot, a massive typhoon, has existed for hundreds of years, with its length fluctuating over time. The reddish color of the spot stays a thriller, but it's miles in all likelihood due to chemicals reacting to the Sun's UV light. Interestingly, the typhoon's area is higher up within the surroundings than the encompassing clouds, which may provide an explanation for why its color is greater intense than the relaxation of the planet. Jupiter is also domestic to every other noteworthy typhoon, Red Spot Jr. This typhoon shaped when three smaller storms merged between 1998 and 2000, and it has survived in large part intact notwithstanding being in close proximity to the Great Red Spot. Red Spot Jr. could stay a great characteristic of the planet for centuries if it avoids the destiny of a previous storm that was absorbed by using the Great Red Spot. In terms of composition, Jupiter is broadly speaking made from hydrogen, with approximately 90% of its composition including this detail, along with 10% helium and hint amounts of methane, ammonia, and other gases. Beneath the thick cloud cover, Jupiter's interior incorporates liquid and metal hydrogen, as well as a rocky or icy center. Due to the large strain internal Jupiter, hydrogen behaves like a metal on the planet's center. However, the actual residences of these materials continue to be a mystery given that we can't reflect such severe conditions on Earth. Jupiter's rotation is every other charming feature. It spins exceedingly rapid, finishing one complete rotation in only 10 hours. However, due to the fact Jupiter isn't a stable planet, its rotation velocity is not uniform. The equator rotates faster than the poles, with the poles taking about 5 minutes longer to finish a complete rotation. As a toddler, I puzzled why Jupiter wasn't a celebrity. After all, it's so massive and manufactured from hydrogen. Truly it might ignite if you added it in shape. Unfortunately for my younger self, stars don't paintings that manner. The system that powers stars is nuclear fusion, which takes place below excessive stress at their cores. For Jupiter to emerge as a star, it would need to be approximately 75 times greater massive than it currently is. Interestingly, Jupiter's volume is much like that of the smallest regarded crimson dwarf stars, but its mass is far too small to ignite fusion. Jupiter does, however, have a hoop device, although it is a whole lot less spectacular than Saturn's. Jupiter's 4 planetary earrings are faint however distinct. The foremost ring is shiny however skinny, and the opposite earrings are wider however a good deal dimmer. The primary ring spans approximately 6,000 kilometers, and one first-rate function within it is known as the Métis notch. Another interesting issue of Jupiter is its powerful magnetosphere, which is 14 instances more potent than Earth's. This strong magnetosphere channels sun wind towards Jupiter's poles, developing beautiful auroras. The magnetosphere also protects Jupiter's 4 largest moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, from the damaging outcomes of sun wind. However, this doesn't mean these moons are secure from radiation. Jupiter's radiation belt is extremely powerful, and the moons within it, like Io, experience risky ranges of radiation. For assessment, the radiation on Io's surface is so extreme that a human would be lifeless after simply 4 hours of publicity. In overall, Jupiter has 67 regarded moons, with the largest being the Galilean moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Ganymede, the largest of all of them, is even larger than Mercury. Finally, whilst viewing Jupiter via infrared imaging, we can admire the planet's great length and huge power. The impact of a space item on Jupiter's ecosystem, seen in infrared, demonstrates just how big and shielding Jupiter is. If such an object had struck Earth, it is able to have spelled catastrophe. We can all be thankful that Jupiter is there, not only for its splendor but for the many methods it allows protect our sun machine.